You racist or something else. In this installment, a racist man holds a gun to a black woman's head at a gas station, and we're going to show you just a portion of that incident.
He got a gun on her right now. He's gonna wrestle with Popper. I beat the bro. Hey, get bro. I'm on, bro. I want to see it from my mama. Come on now.
Hey, get your hands off her.
I ain't gonna tell you again, bro. Quit pointing that gun at me, pointing at the ground, bro. I ain't gonna tell you again, bro.
Horrified witnesses trying to talk this accused racist down. Indianapolis, Mark White, age 59, escalated the tension even more at a gas station Tuesday night, grabbing 21-year-old Tashauna Gooch, shoving her against the side of her car, peppering her with racist taunts and threats of violence. This is what we're doing, America. It all started, Gooch told police, at a disabled gas pump where she was dealing with a malfunctioning pump. After White honked his horn at her, she moved her car, got out of the vehicle, and an argument ensued. I was sitting at the pump that wasn't even working, and he pulled up telling me to move, all aggressive, Gooch told Indy Star. I asked him what his problem was, and he started calling me all types of N-words and threatening me. Basically, I was at the pump for too long for him. Friends at Atlanta Black Star with some of the details. White told police after Gooch approached his car, he produced his gun and walked back towards her vehicle, threatening to blow her head off, according to court documents. Officers observed marks on her neck, scratch on the back of her head, which she said were caused by several strikes from White, Smith, and Wesson, the affidavit states. Gooch said she believes her attacker was motivated by racism. I could hear the hate in his voice, she said. I will kill you, Gooch quotes White as saying. But even when free, albeit at gunpoint, she resists bystanders, pleads to leave. I felt like if he wanted to shoot me, he would have just shot me, Gooch told the Indy Star Wednesday, one day after the showdown with White. And what if he followed her? If the situation had escalated, she wanted witnesses. Thought it was the end, potentially. I have too much to live for, and I'm not going to shoot somebody for calling me the N-word, Gooch said. He went to jail, and that was what was supposed to happen. I'm just happy we're both still alive, both still here. So look at that. White initially claimed Gooch pulled a gun on him, though he later changed his story. Gooch denied she ever pointed her gun at White, saying it remained in her pocket until she placed it back into her car. Witnesses confirmed as much, according to a probable cause affidavit. I didn't want to have to shoot him because, look at him. He's an old man, she said. White from Hickory, North Carolina, was arrested and taken to an Indianapolis jail, charged with intimidation with a deadly weapon, battery with a deadly weapon, where he was charged with criminal recklessness, strangulation, battery in connection with the incident. I don't have a problem with the charges. Sometimes I feel like it's undercharged just because nobody was hurt and it started as some kind of racist incident. I'm happy. Don't drop a single one. Don't make a deal. I perhaps am putting too much on this, Yaz, but I believe this is the current climate in America. This man is well aware of who the president is and the people who support him. They are proud boys and women, and they're going to do whatever they want to do. They believe they're beyond reproach. What say you?
Yeah, like they definitely feel empowered. They feel protected, especially since Trump has already pardoned a lot of those aforementioned Proud Boys for their own misdeeds, for things that they really should have been locked up for, things that never would have flown in any other administration during any other time. And I was saying during the break that it's almost like you run out of things to say about these types of stories because you just can't be outraged about by the same thing over and over again. But at the same time, you don't want to let yourself become immune to any of it or desensitized by it. But whenever some lesser version of racism occurs and you call it out at the time, people just tell you that you're overreacting. And when you say, well, this is only going to continue to escalate and until we have, racist people holding Black people at gunpoint, they tell you you have an active imagination, calm down, that's not going to happen, whatever, like just relax. We're not prophets, okay? We just see patterns and we can see where they're gonna head, right? We can recognize those patterns. We know what they are. Anyone who is paying attention can see those patterns for themselves. We on the left are not happy that we were right years ago when we first started calling out the normalization of the racist rhetoric that was coming out of the right, as you called out very aptly, I think, Sharon, the racist rhetoric that was coming out of Donald Trump, right? And we said, that's racist. That's not going to lead to anything good. And everyone was like, calm down, you're overreacting. We on the left are not taking a victory lap that we called this years ago. We're sad about it. We're sad because we would have loved to not be having this conversation today. Not only that, but we're sad that we're only having this conversation with no realistic explanation that any kind of real justice will be served or that the community or society would react to these types of stories with any kind of meaningful or lasting self-reflection. There's no overall change that's going to come from this. This change has been in the works for over a decade now. Directly from Donald Trump. And here's where we are today. It's going to take a long time to undo the damage that he has done to this country and to our countrymen and to our this whole society and culture. And a lot of people, including myself, are angry at him for what he did to this country and what he did to these people that I used to love. And now I have complicated feelings about all of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the lies don't surprise me a bit, making it like it was mutual combat. It wasn't. This is a very dangerous man. And kudos to the witnesses who wouldn't just duck and leave her behind, which would have been perfectly understandable.
Right.
Kudos to the witnesses who were begging and pleading and wanted this woman to be able to live at the hands of this monster. They stayed and witnessed what could have been something horrible to see and experience. But I firmly believe that I'm not, and I think you agree, reading too much into this new world order, the Trump world order, the MAGA world order, that it's okay because someone's at a gas pump too long. That's not really why you were upset. You were upset because a Black woman was breathing, existing, had a vehicle perhaps, was out and about. And this was an opportunity. It's an opportunity to make sure she knew that you devalued her. She holds no value to you. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's how things roll on his block in Hickory, North Carolina. And I don't want to disparage the people of Hickory, just maybe on his acreage, whatever he owns there, if he does. But I think it's just sick.
Yeah, and I think it's also what we were talking about earlier, like these people are mentally unstable, right? If you can't go out to the gas station without pulling a gun on someone, you are mentally unstable. You are the problem, right? This woman wasn't actually doing anything wrong. She wasn't bothering anyone. If somebody else just merely existing bothers you so much, that is your problem that you need to address. That's not anybody else's problem. It's not Black people's. It shouldn't be Black people's problems. It shouldn't be anybody else's. That is your problem that you need to look inward and be like, this is not normal, Just seeing somebody else over there should not trigger me to the point that I literally pull out a gun at this person. These people are not well. They're unstable and they have been empowered, and it is scary.
Yeah, it is. And it's a lot of people who are experiencing this trauma. I was shortly before the show with a wonderful woman helping a friend at an appointment. And we just started talking about different experiences. Her father's Indian. Her mother, Eastern European. And we were talking about some of the things she had to experience. Her father had to experience. I don't know what makes certain people, well, I do know what makes certain people think that they own this joint. And the rest of us have to fall and do and be less than because that's what they demand of us.